Here we go for another mid-season report card. Mitch Cleary is with us to head down the highway and take a look at the Cats. And it's been a pretty good start to the year.
Well, it has, Matty. 8-5 after 13 rounds. They head to the bye this week. I think a real highlight to start the season was that Port Adelaide win on the road, Anzac Day weekend. Joel Selwood stood up. The footy club's been up and down the road in recent years, so I think that was one they really like to bank heading towards the back half of the year.
There have been a couple of lowlights.
That game against Essendon at the MCG, they got absolutely pummeled. No one stood up that night. They were made to look slow, and just nothing happened on the night. They were beaten heavily in the first quarter, and the game just petered out from there. So I think that's one thing. In-game, nothing happened on that night, and that's something they look to rectify. All
right, let's look now to after the bye. Who's under pressure?
Zach Smith is one for mine. He's played 3 games to date this season. Played 21 games last year, Zach Smith. He's contracted for next year. Reece Stanley looks to have gone past him in the last month, and they've tried to be a bit more athletic in that ruck post. So Zach Smith will need a few big games in the VFL to work his way back in.
Who's impressed you?
I think Jack Henry, Tom Stewart, Tim Kelly are guys who get plenty of plaudits, but Jordan Cunico is one who's really stood up probably in the last 6 weeks. There's been a void in the midfield. Gary Ablett got injured. Scott Selwood's been injured as well. Jordan Cunico is maybe not someone that always name isn't up in lights, but I think he's one that's really found his feet on a wing and playing a bit across half-back.
OK, we've got thousands of Cats fans watching right now. Let's grant them a wish.
Asava Radaglia is that man. He's played 8 games, went down with that broken ankle against the Blues earlier this year. Can you believe at the start of the year you would be granting a wish for this man to be one of the most important players come finals time? He's played that forward ruck role. They've tried Stanley, they've tried Buzzer. Asava Radaglia is the man that hopefully for Cats fans can get back on the park and play finals later in the season. All
right, Mitch, you are our Cats beat reporter. You watch them very, very closely, so the anticipation is building. Give them a grade.
A B, and it might sound a little bit underwhelming for a side that's well and truly entrenched in the top 8, but they've lost to 3 of the top 4 teams above them on the ladder right now, and the other one they did beat was Melbourne. They could well have lost that game had Max Gawn kick straight. So Geelong need to pull up their socks in the back half of the year and really need to beat some of these top 4 sides if they are to be in the premiership window, which their list age demographic should suggest they are.
Thank you for that, Mitch. Mitch Cleary with us. You are watching AFL.com.au.